A bitter row has erupted between the European Union and Germany, after Brussels hit back at a German court ruling that challenged the authority of the European Court of Justice (ECJ), threatening to unravel the bloc's authority. A furious row inside the EU threatens the power of Brussels after Germany's top court claimed one of the ECJ's rulings was not legally binding. The highest court in the European Union lashed out on Friday following the German Constitutional Court ruling. There are fears in Brussels that this row could ignite a series of anti-EU movements and legal challenges against EU authority. On Friday, the ECJ delivered a sharp rebuke of the German Constitutional Court (e.r.u.p.t.s), claiming that it alone had jurisdiction over the European Central Bank (ECB). They accused German court of overstepping the mark in its controversial ruling on a European bond buying program. The ECJ said, in order to ensure that EU law is applied uniformly, the Court of Justice alone has jurisdiction to rule that an act of an EU institution is contrary to EU law. Like other authorities of the member states, national courts are required to ensure that EU law takes full effect. That is the only way of ensuring the equality of member states in the union they created. Earlier this week, the e.r.u.p.t.s upheld complaints against the ECB's €2.1 trillion bond purchasing program, which started in 2015 as means to end the Eurozone debt crisis. The court said that there was not enough political oversight in the scheme. The court ruled that the program was beyond the mandate of the ECB and said the German central bank must quit the scheme within 3 months unless the ECB can prove its necessity. Germans have long complained that the scheme flooded markets with cheap money and encouraged EU government overspending. The German ruling came delighted leading Eurosceptics, and was jumped on by member states that have been targeted by the ECJ in the past. Poland's deputy justice minister said, for several months, the Polish government has been clearly saying that the EU cannot overstep its competences. He added that the German verdict is of tremendous importance for his country. Belgium's former Prime Minister Guy Verhofstadt raised fears over what the crisis could mean for the future of the EU. He said, if every constitutional court of every member state starts giving its own interpretation of what Europe can and cannot do, it's the beginning of the end. There are fears the decision could help raise legal challenges to the Coronavirus Recovery Fund meant to save Italy, Spain and others from economic ruin. The European Commission reaffirmed the primacy of EU law and the fact that all ECJ rulings are binding on all national courts.